play a game.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho.
When you're down here with me,
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Man, Nick, every time I watch that intro, we're just going to be saddened by our partners that are missing on it now. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Friday the 14th podcast. I am one half of your host, Mr. Fuentes, and over here is...
The other half, the bad guy, Nick H. The H is silent.
Yeah, buddy. So why is the H silent? Because haters?
The H.
The haters just need to stay silent?
The haters need to silent? Hate us because they ain't us.
They hate it. They hate us because they ain't us.
Ain't us.
Oh.
The H. Symbol, it's like Superman. Hope.
Huh?
What? It's like Superman. The S stands for hope, when really it should be H.
Oh, yeah.
I should just come up with a different story every single time we do this. We start the live streams. What does H stand for?
Holes. I really
Hope.
liked Shia LaBeouf back then.
Hoes.
Digging
Disney
up
hoes.
them hoes. Digging up them. Oh.
So yeah,
Can we say that movie was a horror movie? He was scared the whole time.
it was kind of a horror movie.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Let's tune in, man.
I can fix it.
I can.
All right. Well, you're the guy who shows the movie today, Fuentes. What are we reviewing?
I
even
am.
though
So today we are reviewing Urban Legend. A synopsis is, I try to do the synopsis off the top of my head. So a group of college kids
is that the right?
start noticing that there's weird deaths that are correlating to urban legends, and they are trying to figure out who or if it's actually happening, and trying to save themselves and not die. And that's pretty much your classic slasher film.
I'm noticing this little thing that says spoiler-free synopsis. They took away our names. I'm like, what the hell, bro?
No, it's pretty cool though. I like the way it looks.
Oh, looks cool like
But yeah, I noticed that after I picked this movie, that this movie was also in 1998, like The Faculty. And I remember back in the day liking The Faculty and this movie. So it was nice to see a perspective on both of these movies, like 20 years later. Yeah, 23 years later? Yeah, something like that. Damn, I'm old. That's a whole kid.
That's a whole kid.
That's a whole kid / adult. Like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, so I guess for the spoiler-free rating for this, I would, I've been debating this, because I was debating on whether I should give it a 3.5 or a 4.
Ooh.
And I kept questioning myself if I really wanted to give it a 4, because I'm like, okay, well, I do like the movie, but would I recommend it for someone else to watch? And would I watch it again if given the chance? And I'm going to go with the 4. I'm not saying it's a hard 4, but overall, like, I really did like this movie. I thought, they did a real good job with the cliches of these types of horror movies back in the day that, they kept you guessing, like, who was actually the killer the whole time. And honestly, I thought from the beginning, I kind of knew who the killer was, because I've seen it when I was younger, but it didn't really give away who the killer was until the killer was revealed, which was pretty cool, because you kept thinking it was other people. Some of them seemed a little obvious, and you're like, no, it couldn't have been that person. That's too obvious. But I really liked the twists and turns. Even the ending of the movie got me. Like I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Like that was cool. Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I would recommend it, and I would watch it again.
You gave a very convincing speech there. Like I almost said, I was almost gonna give it a 3.5, but today I feel like I'm gonna go with the generous rating. That I'd make it to a 4 rating.
4.
Yeah, 4. That's pretty strange.
That is kind of strange.
It's kind of strange, but I mean, yeah, I mean, this even though it's a 90s film, was enjoyable. Remember seeing this movie. I don't remember fully all the way through, but I remember certain scenes that we'll mention later on in this review.
And the spoil rating and the
This
spoiler part.
but the more spoiler when we go to spoiler warning. Yeah, this is the rating wise, but yeah, 4. That might be too generous to the 2 viewers who are watching right now.
Well, even that, like, that was another thing too. Is like I try to tell myself, like, does it hold up the test of time? Did it age well? And I think it aged well for what it was for that movie, and I think it aged definitely better than The Faculty that was released in the exact same time frame. So
by far, yeah.
Yeah, it did a really good job. So yeah, that's my rating. That's your rating.
Then we go on to
4.
the 4.
So
before going to the next segment, I just want to show off my shirt here. Scream. Since we're on the topic of 90s and all that.
Oh yeah.
Scream. All right,
as Drew Barrymore or what?
Yeah, I believe so. Drew Barrymore was the face of the poster, but she dies in the beginning. That's a spoiler
right.
For people who haven't seen Scream.
Sorry, spoiler free. We already gave you a spoiler. We apologize if you haven't seen Scream in 25 years.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, I guess going into favorite scenes, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much spoiler warning. Go check it out now on Pluto TV.
Yeah, so it's on Pluto TV.
Free to download.
Check it out. Free download. They actually have to be honest, a lot of pretty good movies on Pluto TV. It is free. I would definitely recommend checking it out.
The only downside to it is that there's ads, but if you're a patient person who doesn't care, like, you can skim through it. But I mean, free is free, you can't really complain.
I mean, they got to shove something in your face and like get their money's worth out of it. So somebody's paying for those ads and making sure that it stays free for us to watch. I mean, it's really messed up, and I don't think anyone really thinks about this. I'm going to go to a whole different subject, but we paid, our parents at least paid like $70 to $100 a month for TV with ads in it all day long. Like all day long. There was commercials in all the TV we watched growing up, and they paid $100-something. And then on top of that, the TV companies got paid even more, or the networks got paid even more for every ad that was on there. So they were just like double dipping so hard. And now we can't even watch Hulu and be like, oh man, there's an ad, bro. There's an ad. Can't watch this crap. I mean, but like in nowadays age, I would be mad. I'd be mad if I was watching Netflix that I paid my $10 for a month, and then I saw an ad in the middle of my movie. Like, I'd be pretty pissed. But we're spoiled. We're spoiled now. We pay for our streaming services way less than how much cable was back then, and we don't get ads for paying for those services. And then we get mad when other streaming services have what I think Hulu did it for a little bit, or maybe they still do it, where they had like a tier where like you can pay, but there's still limited ads throughout your TV show watching and stuff like that. So even though you're paying, you're still watching ads, but it's because you're paying like the tier right below premium. Like, it's pretty shitty too, but yeah, I don't know. I find it weird that people still get mad about that, but at the same time, I understand no one likes ads. Anyway, sorry about this ad rant.
The ad rant.
Favorite scenes. I think really thinking about it, I don't know if I really have like two favorite of the scenes. Like I really did like the movie overall. Like it really wasn't like one specific scene like jumped out at me and was like, dude, this is the maker of this movie. There was a part in the movie where the dog was chugging a beer. That was pretty funny. I was like, what? Like, who thought of that? Who was just like, dude, it'd be hilarious. It's on set is if we get this dog to look like it's chugging this beer. Just when I saw that, that's where my thought process went. Was like, who was like, hey, we're gonna make this dog. I mean, I'm sure he didn't really chug a beer, but we're just like, look, let's make him look like he's chugging a beer. But no, I mean I really did like the movie overall. I'm trying to really think of an actual favorite scene that was just like how do you say it in French? The pièce de résistance. I don't know. While I'm thinking of that, you want to tell your favorite scene?
Well, I've seen that. I thought it was pretty cool and creative. It wasn't even that big of a thing, but just seeing it was like, it's kind of like, oh, it's pretty hilarious. But damn, it's when the dean he gets run over by the car into the spikes. That was a scene that was like, for whatever reason, I enjoy it, but it was just like,
they did on that. I noticed on that scene right after the scene, it was like, watch out, tire flat hazard. Like the camera like angled and went across the sign as it like faded to the next scene, which I thought was kind of funny on that part. Like it was such a kind of a cliche. That's what I was saying. Like they did the cliches of horror movies so well in this movie that it's just like you really want to laugh at it. You really don't want to be like another cliche. Like I mean the goofy guy doing like the pretending that the pop rocks were killing him after he drank it. That was pretty funny.
Well, he always getting topped by Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund.
Yeah, Robert Englund. My actual like most favorite scene I think in the entire movie was the ending. And this is a spoiler. I really hate spoiling this because it is like one of those like I didn't see it coming. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna say like when I got to the ending and the person that showed up at the end showed up, I was like, oh dang, okay, yeah, that was cool. Like I didn't expect that. But then I did expect it, but only because part of my memory was like, who's it gonna be again? I forgot. It's one of the people, and the person it was, I was like, oh, wow, that was really cool. Okay, y'all got me. Yeah, overall, I really liked the movie. The whole movie's my favorite scene, I guess.
The whole movie's your favorite
Which
scene?
is lame to say because like I'm just like, why is the whole movie my favorite scene? Like I said, they took like the urban legends, they did such a well job of hiding who the real killer was while still trying to drop hints on like who you think the killer is throughout the movie. They kept misleading you a lot throughout the movie, until you find out who the killer actually is. And then they even had like this like plot like for why she was the killer or why this person was the killer. And then it was just like, man, that's so lame, but like also like I get it, but also like really that's the reason you're going around hacking up people is because because that happened to you. Like you just couldn't. I mean, I get it though. It's just like it's your classic revenge story. So, and then the way that character, well, I'm just gonna I guess say the killer is Rebecca, the cast. So in the cast we had Jared Leto, who played Paul Gardner,
The Joker.
The Joker, yes.
Not bad.
And then Alicia Witt, who played Natalie Simmons. Them two were like basically the main characters throughout the movie. And then you got Rebecca Gayheart, who whenever the credits were popping up and I saw Rebecca Gayheart, I kind of laughed a little bit. I was like, oh, who's the unfortunate soul who's Miss Gayheart?
That is a unique name. Like, how How did they come up with names like that? I don't think I've ever heard of that before. These actors, I guess.
And
Gayheart.
then Rebecca Gayheart ends up being the hottest person in the whole movie. Unless you count Tara Reid, who was the girl from American Pie, who I never seen
The
in
blonde
another
girl?
movie. The blonde girl?
Yeah, the blonde girl from American Pie.
Man, she was in
speaking
one
of
other
hot,
movie.
I was like, speaking of hot girls, whatever. Danielle Harris, who plays the goth roommate,
Oh yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. She's pretty good, right? She's a
pretty
pretty good
good.
actor. Yeah,
She's pretty
she's
good.
not just pretty; she's a pretty good actor.
She's a pretty good actress. She
And then
does
we
good
already
what she
said like
does.
Robert England's in this movie, and he plays the professor, or Professor
Yeah.
William Wexler.
That's a weird name.
You also got this guy Julian Riches, which I'm pretty sure plays Death in Supernatural, but I'm not 100% sure. Apparently he didn't Doom Patrol. Oh yeah, he plays Death. Yeah, in Supernatural, and yeah, he when I saw him, it's just like so crazy to go back and see old movies like this, because you see actors that you didn't remember were in these movies, and you're like, dude, like that person got so freaking famous, like
got famous.
And then the other ones too, like Rebecca Gayheart, like where did she disappear to? Like she was probably, to me personally, one of the most attractive actors in this movie, and then I haven't seen her since.
Fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, apparently she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hey, Fuentes. So apparently, I was not paying attention to the comment section. It's probably already too late for this, but we have a message from our buddy of ours. Sexy synopsis. The email so Owen Franco. Even though I was like far back, I just wanted to give him that clout.
Thanks, Franco. You're always in my heart. You're right here in this podcast with us right now, in my heart. Yeah, to me, those are the actors that I mentioned are probably the only ones,
that are important to you.
Yeah, that are important to me in this entire movie, really.
How about that that cameo by Brad Dorff, the guy who voiced Chucky? He's like in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he did the beginning of the
gas station
movie. See, I liked how all that played out too. It was just like, hey, he was trying to help her out, and then it turned out that there was someone in her back seat, and I don't know, I just like how this movie played out. Like it played out so well. Because I mean, if you've never seen the movie, I already knew that was gonna happen because I've seen it when I was a kid. But if you've never seen the movie, you would probably have thought that he was trying to be a creeper or something. And then you find out like he was actually trying to save her, and you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. And like, oh, there's someone in her back seat. Oh, she got her head chopped off. Which that scene kind of threw me off. And if we're gonna go into this can roll into the dislikes. She like swings the axe and breaks the window, but like no head flies out a window, no like like if you were to think about it, and I know I'm getting really technical, you swing this axe, you're gonna catch the headrest or the seat. You're not gonna be able to go all the way through the window. And if you do go all the way through the window, that's because you either missed the person, you went right over the seat, and you hit the window, but you didn't because there was blood all over the axe. And if you actually chopped off her head should have flew out that window too, and it didn't. And she was driving, so she would have whacked this person's head off while they were driving. She probably would have swerved off the road and killed herself because obviously she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
The whole Brad Dorff, the character he's playing, I was just gonna make a stupid joke about it, like, would have he talked faster and not have that stutter, maybe he could have got his like, I'm not there's a killer in the back, but he was just like really stolely.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it, spit it out, man.
Yeah.
It's like, just somewhere in the back of your car.
I always think it's funny how like horror movies, especially horror movies, they do I wouldn't say a really good job because this is a cliche of horror movies. Is that they make you like want this person to die for really any reason whatsoever for just being a shitty human being. And like right in the beginning, when he's trying to when the girl's giving him the credit card and he's stuttering, she's like freak or weirdo. She says something like that, basically like, basically making her a dickhead in a sense, and then she gets killed like 5 minutes later.
At first, I thought he was just a homeless guy coming up to the car. Then you see him like going to the pump, like, oh shit, he works here.
Yeah, that was back in the day when it was a full service where they would pump your gas for you. Which is really weird when you think about it. Like, not weird,
trust
but
someone
like
with your card.
it's not even that.
Some,
it's just more
some
of
candy
like,
and shit.
do you pay them extra?
Get tips.
I mean, is like per gallon like $5 a gallon because someone's pumping it for you, or are you giving them what you just said? Are we giving them tips? Is it the goodwill of humankind? Giving these people tips for pumping their gas for them so they didn't have to get out of the car. Which also brings me to a whole nother thing. Did these people in self-serve gas stations, do they turn off their car while they're pumping gas, or do they still have it running because they want to be comfortable in their car? So are they pumping gas like on a running car, which we're told to not do all the time? But were they always pumping gas on running cars their whole life? I don't know.
Whenever she drove off, the thing was so attached to it. It reminded me of that scene with from the babysitter, the killer. Was it Killer Queen? When he drives off the electric car, takes his dad's car.
Yeah.
When he drives off, it's so attached to it.
Yeah, that was probably the only scene that really bothered me. That was just like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know if I have anything that like as far as scenes really like play out scenes, but I thought one of the transition scenes was kind of off, like whenever you see the reveal happen towards the end, like the filter, like whatever, like it looks all like when it's zooming onto the character that it reveals that who the killer is.
At the very
like
end,
towards
when
the
all
end.
kids are talking.
Oh no, it's just down to the two people in the big old building. When it's Natalie, the redhead, and the killer.
Oh, okay.
When it reveals it, that like the camera or the transition it looked weird. Kind of looked like those like.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Like, what is that?
Like, when that chick, she's playing like her friend the whole time, the killer, and then when it's revealed that it's her, like her transition, which I thought was really cool. Her transition from like being a normal person to like a manic crazy killer was just so apparent. And like there's that one scene like right before she's about to shoot her, she's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? You're gonna shoot your friend? Ah! And she gets all like in her face, and like it was just so
shot
crazy.
In the arm.
Huh?
She actually got shot in the arm by the officer.
Yeah, like just her acting was just so good. Miss Gayheart, you got good acting.
Gayheart, you gotta have that gay heart.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, besides my least favorite scene, that was pretty much it. I mean, I really don't have too much gripes about this movie. Like, I think it's a pretty solid movie, pretty much all the way through.
The certain scenes that they try to play out, like they want you to make you believe that it's a certain person. Like when they're in a library, Natalie's going through the book, and the last person who checked out the book that had urban legends, whatever on it, was that guy Damon, the blonde guy who got hung in the car scene.
Yeah, they did like leave a lot of, and they didn't even like go back, like which a lot of movies, and maybe that's a pothole thing type of thing, but normally they would go back and be like, it would show the real killer like writing someone else's name and sticking it in the book, and then doing like a montage of leaving like jackets and places to make them think that that the killer is this person.
But that scene had showed up, I believe, after whenever he died, so I was like, well, that doesn't really work so well.
Yeah.
If you're gonna try to put him off like he's the killer Also, the other person they tried to frame was the housekeeping guy, the janitor.
Yeah.
He's like,
See, and that
weird.
one, like, that one confused me because I was like, okay, like, does everyone in this freaking town have the same kind of jacket or what? Is that why she picked? Is that why she
fur
picked the
jacket.
hoodie jacket with the little fuzzies around the sides or what? Like, because she knew the principal had one and the janitor had one, and like,
It's a popular
it just,
jacket.
yeah, exactly, like a super popular jacket, I guess, during this movie. Um, but no, she did such a good job. Like, it was pretty crazy.
Janitor.
I'm trying to.
Well, and they Robert England, the professor, they really wanted to push it out that it was him, his character, because they want to go inside his office. They find all the stuff that the killer was using, like you got the
Yeah.
jacket, the axe, and other
Whereas,
stuff.
like, we knew it was a double-headed axe from the beginning. But I mean, the chick didn't know, so when she saw an axe, she was like, "Oh my god, he has an axe and a jacket."
And he's all standing behind the door.
And what?
No, very quickly he was standing behind the door because they think he leaves off from the office. Oh, he's gone. They go and he's just standing right there, all creepy in
Yeah,
the corner.
and he knew. I don't know. Somehow he knew that they were in there. Maybe he had cameras. I never really said. That's now the plot hole. He just knew that they were in there.
He sensed them. He's
Um,
Freddy Krueger, that's why.
yeah, he's pretty good. Which I wouldn't say it's a plot hole. She had a pretty good plan, I think. Although, she revealed that she was gonna frame the teacher in the end, and that he like did basically murder suicide situation. But then she also shoved him in the back of Jared Leto's car, which would have made him seem like the suspect as well. So it's like, I don't know, kind of a plot hole to me. Like, which one was it? Maybe it was a double whammy. Maybe you thought, he was gonna shove himself in the back of the truck, or maybe she already planned to steal his van or truck, so she shoved it inside the car already. Was that her car? I don't even know at this point. But no, he was driving it.
He was driving it.
Yeah.
I've seen that like they try to throw you off, like how it doesn't say what the time frame is because they run off into the woods, whatever. They're not really the woods, but they're running away from the store and away from Jared Leto. Like I can't remember seeing what happens next. I just is it Natalie? I believe the redhead. She's driving out with the janitor, and somehow the killer managed to catch up to him right away with the car driving. Like what?
Yeah.
How'd they catch up that fast?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to also think like, yeah, just everyone dies. She really was thorough with this job. She killed everyone.
A scene that kind of that had me like laugh was when the blonde girl, what's her name, Tara Reid, I believe that was the actress. She was doing that show, right? That podcast. I don't even know what it was, type of show, radio show, something like that. But she was like saying, "Oh, what if that girl Michelle who died in the beginning? The last thing she heard was she was listening to like our show."
Yeah, right.
Like,
Where did she get that information from? Yeah, I thought about that too. I was just like, how does she know? Who told her that?
They know she's not. She wasn't listening to that. She was listening to that song, "Turn Around."
Yeah, turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit closer. Yeah, but I mean, she was listening to her for a little bit. So even if she was kidding, like, she must have known somehow that she was a fan of her show.
She's got an ego like Franco.
What?
Nothing. So she had an ego like Franco.
Right. But no. pretty solid movie. All right, so the motto of this movie was, let's see,
Slogan.
or the slogan, sorry. It happens to someone you know, it happened to someone you know, who knows, okay, sorry. It happens to someone who knows someone you know. You're next.
You're
Oh,
next.
urban legend. What you don't believe can kill you. So I get confused on these slogan things because there's usually one on top and then there's one on bottom. So I don't know which slogan to actually like choose. I would say the slogan would be what you don't believe can kill you. That'd probably be the slogan. So, urban legend. It's always the hot one.
Urban Legend's always a hot one.
Yeah. Or sorry, urban legend. The killer is always the hot one.
Urban Legend. Anyone's a suspect. I don't know. I feel like that one's already been used for another movie. Like most of these mystery type movies, anyone's suspect. Urban Legend.
Urban legend. If you didn't know, now you know.
If you didn't know, Urban Legend. Where the dog drinks.
Urban legend. Is that Jared Leto?
Is that Jared Leto? 30 Seconds to Mars. Urban Legend. We have so many cameos, or I don't know. Damn it. There's so many like star power there, but they're like just little small rows. Urban Legend. Where stories become reality.
I was gonna say, like, I'm trying to look at all the people that are in the front of the movie or front of the movie.
Oh, we got one right here. Urban Legend. Young Lex Luthor. From Franco. Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, buddy.
Cool thing about Michael Rosenbaum that he did a con in town. Oh, that I attended, and he went to one of our booths. He's like, "What you got? What you got?"
What you got? What you got?
Because I just look at it, I was like, I don't know. So what do you got here? Like he was just passing by real fast to go to his section. He was doing autographs.
Yeah, it's always funny when you meet like famous people like in real life because like they just want to be normal people like you, so they do random shit like that. Of
course you do. But when you're Lou Ferrigno, you can't be normal. Lou Ferrigno was in the restroom. The guy who plays the Hulk, Incredible Hulk, the original one. I went to the restroom like it happened like two times that me and Lou Ferrigno were in the restroom together. And then like at the door, you see it's a guard there. I'm just looking like it's just a big old figure taking a piss. I was all right.
It's twice already.
It's like, twice. Coincidence.
Third time, you got to show me something.
You got to show me something.
That's funny. What's after slogans?
After slogans.
What's up?
No, after slogans usually no, it's not the fresh one. It's how you would end
how you would have ended it.
But with this movie, it's just like twist after twist after twist. It's like what?
Yeah, like it really is. Like it is just twist after twist after twist. I don't think I would. I mean, okay, I have to give it some kind of different ending, but I think it ended pretty freaking good.
If we're gonna go into how we're gonna end it, might as well talk about the actual ending in the movie.
Yeah. So the actual ending, Jared Leto and redhead chick, they survive.
Natalie.
They survive in the end, and Miss Gayheart,
yes,
Brenda, she's the killer. She ends up flying out the front window and into a river, and you see her body floating in the river. And they're like, "Yeah, do you know?" Basically, they were talking about it before, like we're just gonna become urban legends, like all the other people that became urban legends. And so then, like it fades, transition scenes, and it's a whole different group of kids in the high school, like it was before, and or like the beginning-ish kind of part of the movie, and everyone's talking about an urban legend, and they're talking about that, the movie we just watched, basically, like the urban legend about it, and it's a whole different like crew of people, and then at the very end, someone says like, well, that did happen, but you're missing a few details, and you're like, oh, really? Like, yeah, let me tell you, and it's Rebecca Gayheart, Brenda, and the killer. It was the killer, and she was still alive, and she was part of the school again. So like, that was kind of the big twist, which I thought was really, really cool. I thought it was a really cool way to end it.
Well, before going into the actual how you would end it, we'd like to give a shout out to our friends over at Cinnamon Movie Podcast. You can
I'm
catch
doing this because their last one was Mortal Kombat, right?
Mortal Kombat. If you saw our last episode, we did say that they would review Mortal Kombat, and they did. They came through. They come through like every single time. On Mondays, I believe, is when you'll get a new episode.
Did you see Mortal Kombat?
I did see Mortal Kombat.
I've seen it too. It was pretty good.
Could have been better, but it was good.
What's his name? Ermac. It was like, yeah, he's a loser piece of shit scumbag. You're gonna love him. That was probably my favorite line in the entire movie.
But yeah, go check out the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. They are legit.
Yeah. So how would I have ended it?
Let's see. Well, we're still gonna get distracted. So
well, what I was thinking was like the chick really did die, right? But then you find out like she has a sister, and the sister like now wants revenge. Somehow you see the plot following into that.
Where would you be?
Why would you? Oh yeah, that was Scott Pilgrim. Maybe like something like another twist for like the next movie, or because this chick, her motive was they killed her love of her life, so she went and killed everyone in this chick's life.
Pretty much.
And then I figured like to continue like that hatred cycle. Now the sister of Brenda comes back and tries to wreak havoc on the school kids because of that too. I don't know. That'd be like another plot / sequel idea ending. I guess they did do a sequel idea with the chick still being alive, but I've never seen the other two movies. Are they horrible? Have you seen them?
I haven't seen them yet. I'm kind of gonna hold on to those, and if we do another review of the series.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either, but I might watch just one of them. I think, what is it? Final Cut and Bloody Mary.
The Final Cut is oddly the second one, and Bloody Mary is the third one.
Yeah, I might check them out. They're also on Pluto TV.
Pluto TV, baby.
Continue that thing. Pluto TV, where TV is free, but you have to watch ads.
I love how we went from Shudder to Pluto. Don't get me wrong, Shudder is still great. I'm still seeing some great stuff on Shudder. But Pluto TV,
it's free.
It's free.
TV.
Free TV.
Oh wait, I need to wink the other eye. Like Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, I'm winking the wrong eye again, ain't I? How would you have ended it?
I would have ended the movie. God
That's
damn
it. I would have started it and ended it.
I would have started it. Michelle gets it's how I would have begun the movie instead of how it ended it. What the hell? No, ended the movie. I do like the ending. But I feel like be more of a creative story. And trying to think of what I want to spot is pretty kind of difficult. Like maybe we change up her motive.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Have a deeper, darker background. Events will still play out the same way, but I think it would have been
Yeah, I
a
was.
a
Yeah.
crazy idea to like towards the end because it's a new group of people like it's like a circle like all these are just another urban legend fake story whatever and then of course you see the actual killer being revealed. I thought it would have been crazy if Jared Leto or Natalie, the surviving members of the characters of the crew, if one of them was there and they're like wait what, like what are you still doing alive?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean,
Probably doesn't work, but
yeah, it had a pretty solid ending to be
yeah.
honest. Yeah, it's just a good freaking movie. 1998. Good job, man. Good job, guys. Y'all made a cult classic, I think.
A cult classic.
Um, you know what like makes a cult classic? Because I thought about that before. Like you got like
Still shaking.
Boondock Saints is a cult classic. Um,
A
you know,
cult
Scott
classic.
Pilgrim is a cult classic. You know, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. All those movies are cult classics. Like to me, they're cult classics because like they never really had huge fan bases, but the people that do love these movies love the shit out of those movies. You know, like I'm a big Scott Pilgrim fan, but like some people have watched the movie and some people are also wrong, but they don't think it's a great movie.
Well,
And
I saw it at the movies when it came out.
yeah, like I'm pretty sure I saw it at the movies, and then I freaking, bought the movie. It was funny actually. I bought the the not the Blu-ray, the DVD, and then I went to a pawn shop one time, and there was a 10 case Blu-ray Scott Pilgrim DVD at the pawn shop for like $5, and I was like, I already got the DVD, but I'm buying this shit too. Like,
Scott Pilgrim is the greatest movie ever made. Franco, he almost all one.
I agree. See, Franco knows. Franco's a smart man. Um,
I think this movie's pretty cool also. Kick ass.
Kick-Ass, yeah, that's another cult classic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I never seen Kick-Ass 2, but because I haven't heard that much about it, I imagined it wasn't that great. Um, but part 1 was definitely a really good movie. Um, it's just so easy to sympathize with, I guess. Maybe that's like part of it too, is just like, I mean, I don't know, I can't say you sympathize with Scott Pilgrim because it's basically comic book humor and things like that. But Kick-Ass, you definitely feel like that feeling of like, a normal person trying to be a hero and then like getting his ass kicked but coming back for more because he wants to do the right thing. That's a real I think a human trait that a lot of us have, that we want to be better people and we just don't know how to, or we give up easily because it's hard, and this guy did it. So man, now I want to go watch Kick-Ass.
So did we just straight up replace the Fresh Friends with movies we recommend?
Basically, hey, go watch
Movies.
Scott Pilgrim, go watch
Scott Pilgrim,
Kick-Ass,
Kick Ass.
go watch Boondock Saints, and if you already watched these movies in your life, go watch them again, because you probably need to look at them from a different lens, an older lens, and realize how great these movies are and why they are cult classics.
Yes.
We're, instead of fresh rants, we're giving wisdom rants.
Wisdom Rats. What the? Speaking
But
words of
yeah, I
wisdom.
mean, what else is there? Was that everything?
That is everything. If you want to completely wipe out the Fresh Rant.
Yeah, we're not doing the fresh rant no more. I can't replace Manny. Manny's just, he's the freshest. I can't be taking his style and his stuff away. When, I'm hoping that Manny will be able to guest feature every once in a while. So if he guest features at a time or comes back onto the show, we'll hear his fresh rants again. Until
I,
then, we'll have to do movies to recommend that aren't horror rants.
I think the main reason why we can't do a Fresh trend is because Fresh made it himself. He's like, I'm just gonna make my own segment. He was already doing
Yeah.
Fresh trends before the segment became a thing.
Yeah. I mean, we just made it. And then the fight list, it's just forever going to
fight
be
list.
the people that are on it.
We stopped doing the fight list after a while.
Yeah, we did stop doing the fight list. It was a lot. I mean, there's just too many people to fight.
I was on that list at one point.
You were number one on the list.
I was number one on the list.
So yeah. So what's your recommendation? Recommendation. What's the next movie we're reviewing next week?
What's my recommendation? Kick ass, man. I was trying to check out if this movie was also on Pluto TV. But since you were gonna go keep on that '90s trend, I thought, why not go after the other top '90s movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And that movie has Sarah Michelle Gellar from a movie we recently reviewed, The Grudge.
Yeah. Daphne.
Freddie Prinze Jr., I believe, comes on this.
Daphne and Freddie Prinze Jr. Wait, Daphne and Fred?
Fred? Yeah.
D. Prinze Jr.
But if it's not on Pluto TV, I don't know.
I think it is. Let's see. Here,
Let's
we'll
go
look it up right. We'll look it up right now. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And then it shows the flashback with Cindy eating the weenie in her mouth from Scary Movie.
What?
The Scary Movie Part 1, where it's like, I know what you did last summer, and Sydney, she has Bobby's giving her the weenie in her mouth. She's all happy about it. And
Jennifer Love Hewitt's also in this movie.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She's attractive. Oh, 97. Just 1 year before. It's not giving me any options to watch. Let's see. Let me okay. Hey, it's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
I have HBO Max right now.
Yes. I was gonna say, if all fails, then we're just gonna go right into part 2.
Yeah, we can watch it on HBO Max. So if you have HBO Max, you can watch I Know What You Did Last Summer and check it out with us next week and see if your ratings agree with mine and Nick's rating. It has Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, so Daphne, and I don't remember what other movie Jennifer Love Hewitt is. All I know is she's hot, and I know her name.
That's all you need to know.
That's all I know. So exactly, it's all you need to know. She's hot, and her name's Jennifer Love Hewitt.
So from every review now on, we're gonna have the hot rating scale. That's gonna replace the fresh rant.
Oh yeah, with the hot rating scale, like who was the hottest in this movie? Dude, that's totally a segment. That is totally a segment. Who's the hottest in this movie? I'm gonna give my prediction. I haven't seen the movie yet because people go in and out of for actors. They work out differently and change their body structure for different movies and things. But I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I think Jennifer Love Hewitt is gonna look more hotter than Sarah Michelle Gellar in this movie. But we will see.
We will see. I'm waiting to have it. I'll make sure to cover myself with a pillow.
Cover.
A little pillow on the side. Notepad. Taking notes.
It's floating.
What does your notepad say? It's all okay so far. She is the hottest. The notes.
She is the hottest.
What about the rest of the movie?
Yeah, so yeah, HBO Max. Let's see. It doesn't look like there's anywhere for free to watch it. Let's see. Watch more or.
Gotta pay for that premium, man. Gotta pay for that premium.
Yeah, you gotta just get that HBO Max. And if you get HBO Max, I've been watching Doom Patrol recently. I would definitely recommend it. It gets a little PC, but besides the PC stuff, it's a pretty cool show.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'm Mr. Fuentes. You can find me on Spotify. I do rap music. I actually have a single. I had a single come out 2 weekends ago called Something. I have a single coming out this Friday called Taking Shots. I'm excited, and I should be able to give an official release date. I did give a release date for my album. I haven't told anyone this actually, so it's the first time anyone's hearing this. But I had to move it back up because the production team is
The seduction
slacking a little
team.
bit. So I need to get with the production team and get this ball finished and rolling. But there is a date I'm looking toward right now, and it looks like it's going to be the official date. So I should be giving that this Friday, because also this Friday is the last single for my album. That was a long outro, but you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to streaming stuff. Just search Mr. Fuentes, and then you can go to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and look for me at Mr. Fuentes361, and you'll find me there to follow up on what I'm doing with my life. I also have a concert this Sunday, May 2nd in Austin, Texas, at Come and Take It Live, and you can come see me there if you're in the Austin area. I definitely got one hell of a show planned out for y'all, so I really hope to see some of y'all there, or some people there. And I'm good.
You're good. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be at the concert. Sad.
I know. I heard Franco broke my heart.
Broke your heart. Yeah. So I mean, I had nothing to. I'm not a music artist yet. But not yet. Not yet. The baddie guy Nick H has not had anything scheduled yet. You can follow me at Nick H2313 on Insta and Twitter. You can check out some of the past. I guess check out our past episode if you haven't seen it. The Faculty, and even go further back, The Grudge. I mean, I really don't have anything to promote at the moment, so I'm just go back on the catalog. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Follow us on a Facebook page, Friday the 14th.
And give us a little feedback. This is really me and Nick are going and trying to carry on this podcast, and we want to know if we're doing a good job. I mean, having two people kind of makes it a little easier to adjust little things. So if y'all had ideas for segments and stuff, throw them at us. Throw some ideas that we can throw out there. Now we're gonna add this "Who's the Hottest" segment.
Sounds good to me.
I think works perfect for me, dude. I've never really noticed, but our beards are almost the same. Mine's just thicker.
Is yours like
yours
just full on black, or what? Do you have like some color in it?
Yeah, no, it's pretty black.
Mine has
I
like
do have
hints of red.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do have sometimes little red, which my mom tells me that's the early signs of gray hair happening. You're losing the pigment. You're losing the pigment in your hair. At least that's what she says. I don't know if that's true or not.
I did find like one strand of white hair. I just took it out, just threw it.
Fuck this white hair. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, if there's any segments, just let us know how we're doing. So far I really like our reviews and what we've been doing. I do miss my brothers, Franco and Manny, but I think me and Nick are doing a pretty good job of keeping this going on, and I hope y'all think so too. And again, one last time, check out Cinnamon.
The Cinnamon Movie Podcast. Upload on
podcast.
Mondays.
Check them out. They're our homies. They do some dope stuff on there, and continue watching us. And thank you all for joining us on this. Me and Nick definitely appreciate it. Me and Nick honestly just do this because we like to do this. We like watching movies and horror movies and talking about them. I mean, it's probably the highlights of my weeks when I get to do this. But if we can bring a little entertainment to y'all listening, that's just icing on the cake. So thank you very much, guys, and I think that's it.
Yeah, we just like watching movies and staring into other spaces. Look for
I know what you did last summer. Next week,
tune in for that, baby. Remember, folks, always been the bad guy.
Peace.